Hello, right, bombastic progressive rock slash progressive metal Canadian duo Crownlands follow up their excellent 2023 album Fearless with an equally excellent album Apocalypse. This continues the ongoing Fearless Starlifter concept storyline, and the bio sheet that I have states that Apocalypse is set around about a century before Starlifter, so it's kind of a bit backwards. As well as being Canadian, Crownland's style is it's basically late 1970s, early 1980s Rush, and that's not a bad thing in my book, and probably yours neither. We've got, just like Rush, we've got a science fiction storyline, we've got dystopia, we've got galactic conflict, and etc. Think 2112, Xanadu, Cygnus X1, Hemispheres, Fountain Lamneth, etc. And you'll be right at home with Crownlands, I'm sure. I enjoyed Fearless very much, and I'd been looking forward to the arrival of Apocalypse since the release date was announced a while ago. And like Fearless before it, Apocalypse does not disappoint. Well, let me caveat that. There is one exception, which I'll mention a little bit later. Just like Period Rush, we've got tremendous drumming, big riffs, soaring Lifeson-esque solos, spacey keys and synths, Taurus pedals, even a bit of flute thrown in, and it all makes for a very well constructed and cohesive feel as the story unwinds over the album. A short, spacey intro instrumental leads into tongue twister this one, Foot Soldier of the Syndicate, a big booming 4-minute assault of monster riffs, high-pitched vocals to rival Geddy Lee in 1980. Tremendous song that is. Through the Looking Glass, shifts it up a little bit, variation comes in straight away, a sort of a gentle acoustic style with some atmospheric synths, and it builds up and builds up to when the electrics kick in, making it a sort of a brooding ballad with plenty of back-end power. Talking of power, Black Star has plenty of it, big central hook and melody, and the fall is pretty similar. And then we've got a little bit of respite from all the heavy bombast with The Revenants, a nicely paced, sort of spacely, mainly acoustic ballad with a bit of folksy leanings here and there as those flutes come in, for example. And we need that breather. We do. We need that breather for what comes up next, which is the quite magnificent 19-minute epic title track. Yes, it'll take you back to Hemispheres straight away, but yet Crownlands do it in their own way, and the complexity yet accessibility is quite something, as over the 19 minutes it veers between the full-on bombast to the more proggier bits and everything else in between, and it all flows together, even with all the different time changes and whatnot. It's quite a song indeed. Now to that disappointment that I mentioned earlier. I said it doesn't disappoint with one exception, and that exception is the vocals. Yes, the singing is very much peak Geddy Lee and extremely high-pitched. However, that's where it falls down a little bit for me. The vocal delivery does sound rather strange at times, and it can get a little grating, a little annoying. And also the vocal sounds, how can I put it, muffled, if I can put it that way. As you're listening to it, it makes the lyrics pretty much indistinguishable and impossible to make out. I struggled even trying to read along with the lyrics from the booklet as I listened to it. So that lets it down for me. But that gripe aside, Apocalypse is a fine album of bombastic. Really, I'm a tongue-twisting day, aren't I? Let's try that sentence again. That gripe being Apocalypse is a fine album of bombastic prog slash metal, and more than worthy of that. So just that gripe aside, for me, lets it down, but I wouldn't let that put you off. And I understand that the Fearless story is to be continued on further albums, apparently, so we've got more to look forward to. But until then, enjoy Apocalypse. I do recommend that you give it a chance. it's just those vocals for me that let it down. But that aside, it is a fine album. Anyway, enough rambling from me. If you want to check it out, as always, there's a link to it on Amazon below. There are various formats available, as you would expect. So do that. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel before you disappear, that would be marvellous as well. Big help. And until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.